Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. Today I'm with Colton. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, welcome back to the Kryptonite channel, everyone.
All right, today we're going to talk about Polygon, Matic. First of all, with the FOMC meeting yesterday, we saw that Bitcoin had taken a dive all the way down to about 18,200, I believe. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 18,200. But it's making a little recovery overnight, and so we might be going back. I mean, definitely Bitcoin is resilient. For how long? That's on everybody's mind. But today we're looking at Matic, Polygon, and we're going to discuss a little bit what's been going on with them. Just a quick look at the numbers for Matic. Yesterday, they also took a dive like the rest of the market. They went all the way down to 69 cents. Today, they recovered to about 75. They're currently ranked 15, so it's very high in the ranking of cryptocurrencies. If you look at 30 days, you can see definitely the downtrend. 90 days, it's been kind of flat. 180 days, like the rest of the market, I mean, it had pretty much a high around March of 175, and since then it's been kind of falling. And then it had reached almost $3 at the end of last year in pretty much late December. That's pretty much on the numbers. They have a important thing is to note they have a 10 billion total supply of coins. Currently 7.4 are in circulation, so it's only about roughly 2.5, 2.6 billion that is left to go into circulation.
Gotcha.
So,
yes, sir.
That's already quite a bit of them already out there. So go ahead with the questions, Colton.
Yeah, my first question for you today, Boris, is, what makes Polygon so special and why do people keep purchasing it?
So first of all, Polygon, that's a layer 2
Okay.
sitting on the top of Ethereum, and it helps many people who want to do things on Ethereum, do it at a much cheaper price, because the biggest problem with Ethereum, as we all know, are the fees. Even though there's something interesting to note is currently, the gas fees have come down a little bit on Ethereum. Probably most likely because less people are minting NFTs. There's less activity in general in crypto markets. So for the time being, the GOE number is going down. The gas price, of Ethereum is going down, but that may not last very long. And contrary to what some people believe, the merge it helped actually Ethereum to go from proof of work to proof of stake, but it did not change the it didn't really do a whole lot on the gas price. Give you an idea, if you have an app built on Polygon, which by the way, you have currently over 19,000 dApps, that are using Polygon. It helps with two things. It helps with gas fees and it helps with speed, because also Polygon is much faster than Ethereum. So every time you do something on Polygon, it goes through much faster than if you were doing it directly on Ethereum. And on the prices, we're probably talking something that's going to cost you $10, $15, $20 on Ethereum would cost you 20 cents on Polygon. So major money saver for everybody. And also the speed, because it's much more scalable than Ethereum. And they're getting very popular in different projects. We'll go over that in a minute. But as you can see, they have a lot of unique addresses, 135 million unique addresses. Total transaction, 1.8 billion. They have 4 billion worth of Matic stock staked already, and lots of creators, etc., etc., etc. So That's probably the main reason why it's getting so popular. And people believe that, yeah, but Ethereum could get better over time. Yes, and it will, but it will take years. And in the meantime, people are not going to pay those atrocious fees to, to do and run their projects. So that's why Polygon has a very bright future in front of them, at the condition, of course, that Ethereum remains one of the big players in the game.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my next question for you, Boris, is kind of a two-parter. Yesterday the Fed raised the interest rates. Putin came out and said that he's looking for 300,000 new soldiers. There's a lot of external factors coming into play right now with the market. Can you give us a current outlook of Polygon and what their short term kind of looks like with all these external factors going on?
Sure. And the uncertainty everywhere as far as, conflicts in Europe and the inflation and how well the economy is what shape is it really in? No one completely knows for sure, because the numbers that I see coming out in Europe are atrocious. The worst thing that we see is that Germany is falling apart literally. They were the main locomotive of Europe, and the problem is their whole import-exports have completely fallen apart. They were really helping Europe being, having a good trading balance with the rest of the world. And since they are completely falling apart, mainly due to energy problems, which they can blame Putin, yes, he has a part to play in it, but it's not just him. It's also the European leaders that have been just a bunch of idiots that don't know how to run their countries, and, no foresight, no forecast, no provision, no plans for the future. Everything is short-sighted. Everything is, immediate, and nothing planned for the next 10, 20, 30 years. Like it used to be, 50 years ago. So the problem is they are going to pay a big price, and all this is influencing everything, because the problem is all the countries together. That's the big problem, is today in the world that we live in, if Europe goes down, it hurts the US, it hurts China, it hurts Asia. So you can't be on your little island anymore and say like, well, I don't care, I'm protected, they can go down, we're cool. No, because every business does business with everybody. So that's the big problem. So on the short side, we have an interesting analyst that has, put some information. He talks about AVAX as well, which he believes, just giving you extra information here. He thinks that AVAX could be last shakeout down to 13 or slightly lower. Not necessarily a bad price for AVAX, at least to accumulate. But on the Matic side, he's basically saying that in the short term, possibly we could be looking at 60 cents, and he's saying even his lowest target would be 35 cents. Now, 35s, that's pretty much a 50% correction from where we at currently. So that is a big correction. I think the 60 cents might be more realistic. Currently, as we saw, we were at 75 cents. So dropping, from 75 to 60 cents, in the near future. And when we say the near future, that's between, let's say, now and the end of the year.
Yeah,
it's possible. It depends on many other factors, the stock market and how well the economies are doing, etc. So on the short term, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Another analysis, done by some other another gentleman at AMB Crypto. On the 4 hours, we definitely see that we're getting downtrends, and here to see the 1 hour, it's a downtrend as well. So overall, the same, he's thinking along the same lines that we are kind of in a bearish type situation. If we bounce back to 77 and then we flip this, which is resistance currently, and we flip it into support, potentially we could see better numbers. But otherwise, if we get rejected and we go back down, definitely there could be more selling, So for the short term, I believe that it's very possible we go lower on Matic.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, with that information, they do have some new stuff that have came out for us. I don't want to elaborate on it right now, but can you kind of explain, what they have, partnered with? I know they have a huge partnership recently. They had one a couple months ago. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Sure. I mean, the cool thing about Polygon is they've been doing a lot of things. And one of those big things is OpenSea. OpenSea, just a few months ago started, dealing with Polygon, allowing, to use Polygon on their platform to do NFT minting and all that kind of stuff. And they went from July 2021, they had not that many users. And now we are, in September, and they've passed the 1 million mark. So, first of all, that is a lot. A lot of users, 1 million users that are now, using Polygon on OpenSea. The other thing is to be noted is that on social media lately, they've had a small fall, not a big one, but dropping a few percentage points. They were super active. They were almost the most active on all the social media, Matic, Polygon. So obviously to see a little drop is never great, but I think it's still very, very high. Now they're announcing more and more things. On September 19th, they announced, collaboration with e-commerce giant Flipkart. So to commence a digital treasure hunt. So once again, once you have big names and big entities starting to work with a project like Polygon, that puts them even more on the map. A few months ago, they also announced their partnership with Disney, which of course people went crazy when they heard that. They're like, oh my God, if Disney is going to be working with Polygon, that's going to be gigantic. I mean, obviously Disney is one of the largest companies in the world. And then more recently, just a few days ago, they announced on September 13th, that they are now starting a partnership with Starbucks. And it's going to be basically for NFTs, and it's going to be helping the loyalty program of Starbucks. Now, Starbucks has not completely disclosed everything as far as how the whole program would work, but basically we can imagine some stuff like you buy some NFTs and then eventually you get some free coffees, or it's a loyalty program, so you can imagine you're going to get something for free at some point. But all those good news, they're great. They help put Matic, on the map more and more. But like we just said, for the short term, possibly some further downside.
My next question for you, Boris, is, and I ask this every time, but where to stake. Where should people be staking Polygon? Where can we get the best return on our investment for that?
Okay, so if you don't want to get complicated and you trust a huge exchange like Binance, you don't feel like Binance will go out of business, there's always some risk. It's not the best and ideal way to stake, but very easy to stake on Binance. So that's number one. Number two, directly on the Polygon, the technology, you can go to the staking part of the website, which is basically polygon.technology/staking. And currently the reward has gone down a little bit. It's down to 6.58%. But the one thing to keep in mind is this, with the number of tokens that are left to be put in circulation and everything, the problem is by 2025, they're going to run out of coins. So at that point, this number might drop tremendously, because unless they do some new thing, and I don't know what that could be, but it's going to be very hard for them to maintain such an APR. But currently, all you do is you go there and then you can become a validator yourself. You can become, most people usually are delegators. They delegate to existing validators.
Yes, sir.
And they get paid 6.58% currently. I think this number was around 8% just 2 months ago. So it's already started coming down, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, my last question for you today, Boris, is, and it's everyone's favorite question, you know, can you give us a price prediction on where you think Polygon is going to be? I know you kind of talked about it a little bit, but can you go in depth about it?
Sure. So in the short term, most likely there are more chances we see a downside than an upside. So probably if you were thinking about accumulating or buying, you can still do it now, but probably do it at a slower pace. And then if it drops further, then you can start accelerating that pace. But, you know, looking at some of the predictions out there, potentially some people are saying that, yes, we could dip to 60 and then eventually rebound to $1 by either the end of the year or early next year. Of course, the geopolitical situation and the economy situation worldwide will definitely have a big play in this. But looking at a longer time frame, we have some other predictions for the future. Now, remember that Polygon was at almost $3 in December 2021. So its all-time high was $3. So over the next few years, we could be looking at 2023, where we reach back, you know, $1, which if we buy around 60 cents, 65, 55 cents, whatever, we're not too far from doubling our money, which is not bad. And then by 24, 25, let's say we'll reach $2. And then by 26, we would be back to all-time high and potentially beyond, you know, like $4. Me personally, I think we can definitely go slightly beyond $4 in by 26, maybe 27, who knows, let's see. But on the next bull market, we can easily get to 4.20, 4.30, which at that point, if you buy around 60 cents, that would be a 7x. Now you have to understand that, yes, you're like, okay, 7x. I see we sometimes on the channel, we talk about 21x and, 30x. Why is it so low? Well, first of all, 7x, 700%, that is pretty damn good. You don't see too many stock on the stock market giving you a 700% return. But the other thing you need to keep in mind is this is ranked number 15th. So it is not going to do a 30x being already number 15. It can only go so far. So that's the problem. The good thing about being at the top is you take less risks, but of course the reward are also lower. You cannot have high reward and low risks. Unfortunately, that does not ever exist. So that would be pretty much my take here, is that under 60 cents, it's definitely time to accumulate. If you see 58 cents and then it keeps, and you DCA once again, obviously you guys know that now, you keep on DCAing, but if you get to buy a bunch of those under 60 cents, and then by 26, 4 years from now, we are at 420, 430 or above, you have 7x your money, and potentially also made some money on staking in the meantime. So cool project. The only small risk that I see is regulations. There are more and more regulations popping up all over the place, and we need to be aware of that. This can put us also on shaky grounds over the next 2 years, because I believe that most regulations will start happening over the next 1 to 2 years. We're going to see more and more stuff popping up. We've seen already that the US is really going after stable coins. Be careful, don't leave too much money on stable coins, especially Tether. They're really in the eye of the storm right now. So that's pretty much the price prediction for Matic here.
From my side, Boris, that's all the questions I have for today, but please feel free to add anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, Polygon's a great project. Another one I forgot to mention is Aave. Just a few months ago, also started dealing with Polygon as well, so people can use the Polygon network to, and of course uses Matic to do stuff on Aave. So we're seeing more and more people joining Aave. It looks really good. It's a good, solid project. It's definitely going to be one of the major players over the next coming years. So you choose if you want to invest in it, do your own research, but I think that there are more potentials than if you put your money into Bitcoin or Ethereum. Ethereum or Bitcoin are safer than Matic, but you get a better return, but you're not going to get the kind of return you would get with a coin that's maybe number 70 or number 100, but maybe 100 or beyond might be a little too risky. So at least putting your money in Matic would be a little safer. So it's kind of a balance between a really risky coin and a Bitcoin or Ethereum, but you're going to see better returns, because I don't see how Bitcoin would do a 7x in the next bull run. I mean, it's going to be extremely hard. That would put it at 140,000, and that might be really beyond what Bitcoin can reach.
Thank you, Boris. I appreciate all the information today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. See you next time on the next Crypto Night video. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.